Listen to me. There is no Hagen. It's only me now. Clayface.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Batman movie villains we want next.
Wait till they get a load of me.
For this list, we're looking at the baddies we want to see show up in sequels and spin-offs to Matt Reeves' The Batman. Even if they've appeared in movies prior, we're still including them because they're screaming out for a fresh take. Be warned, there are some spoilers ahead for The Batman. Let us know in the comments which villain you want to see the Pattinson Batman go up against next. Number 10, the Joker.
Well, you look nervous. Is it the scars? You want to know how I got them?
Though he is the Dark Knight's most iconic villain, he is at the bottom of our list simply because he's already confirmed to be a part of Reeves' new Batman universe. There's no speculation. We know the Joker will return, and we know who's playing him, Barry Keoghan.
We're just like the soldiers down there. Pawns to their leaders. Blinded by loyalty. It ends now.
Reeves has also said that his version of the Joker is going to forego the standard origin story, whereby he's thrown into a vat of acid, nor will he have scars. He's likely going to have some kind of congenital disease that gives him a permanent smile instead, more similar to the nervous laughter of Joaquin Phoenix's recent take on the character.
What, you think that's funny?
Number 9, the Ventriloquist.
This better be good, yous mugs.
This one's a little out there, but there's been speculation that the Ventriloquist, yet to see a live-action Batman film adaptation, could be a shoo-in for the next movie.
See, the Bat's not so tough. Comes up against Scarface, he's just another dummy.
The Ventriloquist is the man behind the mob boss puppet Scarface, who is himself a major player in Gotham's criminal underworld in some continuities. With the Penguin looking to take over all of Gotham, it makes sense to introduce a new rival for him. The Ventriloquist could definitely be a frightening addition to Reeves' universe, despite him not generally being taken seriously as a villain. And we would be pretty excited to see him finally adapted.
I thought I saw a booty tat.
Number 8, Professor Pig.
Pig make her better. Pig make all of us better.
A much more recent addition to Batman's rogues gallery, Professor Pig first appeared in 2007. He's quickly become a popular and sadistic villain, showing up as a twisted serial killer in 2015's Batman Arkham Knight, and is an ideal choice for upcoming sequels.
Coming for you, Batman. Coming to make you perfect.
However, we're not sure Pig could carry an entire movie by himself. Plus, the Batman already focused on an extremely dark serial killer story, so doing that once again, even with a different gimmick, might not be what Reeves is interested in. Still, with rumors circulating that a movie or series focusing on Arkham Asylum is in the works as well, there's definitely room for Pig in this new continuity.
So close until you stop me. I can do better. So much better.
Number 7, Clayface.
Ladies and gentlemen, for one night only, standing in for yours truly, and doing a damn fine job of it, I give you Clayface.
With modern special effects at DC's disposal, we can definitely see Clayface finally getting his chance to shine in a blockbuster movie. Plus, it seems wrong that decorated thespian Basil Karlo still hasn't appeared in a live-action film.
My arm!
It's too late, we gotta go!
But my arm! You just called an audible. Can't we call another one and get my limb?
We've most recently seen Clayface as one of Harley Quinn's comedic lackeys in the adult-oriented animated show. But who can forget his memorable appearance as the shocking final boss of Batman Arkham City in 2011?
Oh, lighten up, bats! The final act's just starting. It's a doozy.
As Clayface hasn't been done in a live-action movie before, there's total freedom for what to do with the character. As well as that, Mike Flanagan, noted horror auteur, has expressed interest in making a movie all about Clayface.
See? I figured out how to manage this thing pretty good.
Number 6, Scarecrow.
Would you like to see my mask? I use it in my experiments. I'm probably not very frightening to a guy like you, but these crazies, they can't stand it.
On the blockbuster movie side of things, the Scarecrow has only appeared in the Nolan film trilogy, played by Cillian Murphy.
You look like a man who takes himself too seriously. Do you want my opinion? You need to lighten up.
As one of Batman's biggest villains, he was chosen to appear in many movies before Batman Begins, but never quite made the cut for one reason or another. The Batman has already become one of the scariest Batman movies, which sets the stage for Scarecrow to fit perfectly into any sequels. Gotham is already in chaos following the end of the latest movie, which would give Jonathan Crane the perfect opportunity to strike. Only time will tell whether Scarecrow will make an appearance, or whether he'll be cut once again.
My little bat, you're in my world now.
Number 5. Calendar Man.
Calendar Man.
So, a killer who only works on holidays. And it's December 24th. I was wondering when you'd get to me.
Though he's often mocked as one of Batman's silliest characters, Calendar Man's potential as a dark and serious villain is finally being realized. He themes his criminal exploits around particular holidays and events, and was a major character in one of Batman's most famous stories, The Long Halloween.
It's All Hallows Eve, the 31st day of the 10th month, and the 305th of this miserable leap year.
Though the busiest night for Batman is always Halloween, using Calendar Man means that any holiday, no matter how minor, could become deadly for Gothamites. Robert Pattinson himself has said that he'd like to see Calendar Man done properly in a movie, and we cannot ignore an endorsement like that.
I don't have time for your crazy.
Oh, you really don't. There's lots of crazy out there these days. And just when you thought you'd cleaned it all up.
Number 4. Poison Ivy.
Hi there.
And you are...
Poison Ivy.
We haven't seen her in a live-action movie since Uma Thurman took on the role back in 1997, in one of the most infamously awful superhero flicks ever made. So it's about time she gets a worthwhile adaptation.
This dog of a dogwood leveled enough trees to shade a small state. And weep not for this willow. She slaughtered an ancient forest to produce cardboard. Cardboard!
The great thing about Poison Ivy is that she gets more and more relevant to current politics every year, thanks to her stance as a hardcore environmentalist. Matt Reeves has already shown in The Batman that he wants to comment on real-world events, and Ivy is a great villain to utilize in order to do this. Plus, everybody likes a sympathetic villain who kind of has a point, and Poison Ivy is definitely that, though we obviously disagree with her methods.
Go back to your cell, or I'll be after you next.
And I'll be waiting.
Number 3. The Court of Owls.
Yes.
Strange is losing control. We need to gather the court.
Yes, ma'am.
They appeared as major villains in Gotham on Fox, and they're also set to be the villainous faction in upcoming video game Gotham Knights. We think it's about time they made their cinematic debut as well. The Court of Owls is a clandestine and violent secret society, and they've been controlling Gotham from the shadows for hundreds of years. First appearing in a critically acclaimed comic book storyline back in 2011, the Court of Owls has already developed a huge place in Batman lore. Since The Batman focused so much on Gotham's corruption, the revelation that the Court of Owls is pulling all the strings would be an exciting thing to see in a movie, and Robert Pattinson agrees.
We are, and always have been, the sons and daughters of Gotham's wealthiest. We know far better than the rabble what's best for our city.
Number 2. Hush.
I take it you're here to stop me?
What do you think?
I think you're too late.
Eagle-eyed viewers and longtime Batman fans may have spotted a handful of references to this famous foe in the 2022 movie. We not only see newspaper clippings discussing the Elliot family, but also the word hush in one of Riddler's videos. However, the plot of The Batman already drew inspiration from the Hush comic book story, along with many others, so it's not clear whether we'd see Tommy Elliot himself in a sequel. But he's still a great and very tantalizing villain for these much darker movies, and Reeves has said that he personally finds Hush interesting.
No. Wouldn't want to make it too easy.
We're keeping our fingers crossed that Hush will show up in a movie sometime soon.
Pray we do not meet again. Next time, I will not be in such a generous mood.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Mr. Freeze.
Freeze! That's Mr. Freeze to you.
He's a difficult villain to get right thanks to his over-the-top gimmick, but Matt Reeves has stated in interviews that he is especially interested in adapting Mr. Freeze for the silver screen once again. Currently, the only live-action Batman movie version of Mr. Freeze was Arnie's, and just like Poison Ivy, he hasn't been touched since.
Tonight's forecast, a freeze is coming.
Even in sillier interpretations, he's often portrayed as a more sympathetic villain, usually searching for a way to cure his terminally ill, cryogenically frozen wife. It's also been pointed out that as of the end of The Batman, Gotham is underwater, setting the stage for Victor Freeze to wreak havoc.
In this universe, there's only one absolute. Everything freezes.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.